Stop burning your salary cap on the same top 5 guys every single week. The guy who wins your league in 2026 isn't just picking Scottie Scheffler, he's picking the guy currently ranked 75th in the world who is about to have a Scottie-level breakout. I'm giving you the 6 archetypes of sleepers you need to draft in 2026, including one stat that shows up again and again right before breakouts. Because here's the thing, fantasy golf is won in the margins. We're hunting for the best ROI on this one. And look, 2025 was the year of chalk. Scottie dominated. Rory finally got his Masters. The favorites mostly delivered. But I think 2026 is going to be different. The landscape is shifting. We've got hungry rookies coming off monster Korn Ferry seasons. We've got Europeans who've been underpriced by American algorithms for way too long. And we've got veterans who've quietly fixed the one thing that was holding them back. We're looking for 6 specific types of players. The post-hype sophomore, the elite ball striker with terrible putting, the Korn Ferry velocity king, the Euro to PGA transfer, the course history specialist, and the swing change veteran. Let's start with the most obvious category that everyone's going to miss. The post-hype sophomore, Ludvig Åberg. Everyone's writing off Ludvig Åberg. I get it. The guy was supposed to be the next big thing. Rookie of the year, multiple wins, major contention. Instead, injuries, inconsistency, that weird virus thing at Torrey Pines that knocked him out for weeks. But here's what you're missing. Åberg's ball striking numbers in 2025 were still elite. Even in a messy year, the tee to green baseline stayed strong enough to bounce back. The talent didn't disappear. He just had a sophomore slump that everyone's going to remember when they're setting prices. Recent form is a trap. Most fantasy players overrate the last 4 weeks. For breakouts, you should ignore the last month of bad results and look at the last 2 years of baseline talent. Åberg's baseline is world-class. The guy hits it 320 yards and sticks irons like he's playing darts. When he's healthy and confident, he's not just competitive, he's dominant. And after a humbling 2025, he's going to come back hungry. Cameron Young. Then there's Cameron Young. Remember when he was the hottest name in golf? 7 runner-up finishes without a win. Everyone called him the best player without a victory. Then he finally broke through at the Wyndham Championship and suddenly the hype died. That's exactly when you want to buy. Young's ownership percentages have plummeted because casual fans think his story is over. Wrong. His story is just beginning. Winning that first one removes all the pressure. Now he can play freely. Young bombs at 330 yards and has one of the purest swings on tour. His iron play is surgical. The only thing that was holding him back was the mental weight of being the guy who can't close. That's gone now. The elite ball striker, terrible putter, Lucas Glover. This category is my favorite because putting is high variance. Ball striking is sticky. Lucas Glover is the perfect example. The guy gained over 1.2 strokes per round with his irons in 2025. That's elite and ranks him among the world elite. But he lost 0.8 strokes putting every single week. You're not betting on him becoming Tiger Woods on the greens. You're betting on him having 1 week of average putting. When that happens, he wins going away. Glover switched back to a broomstick putter for the Players' Championship, to a model similar to one he had success with in 2023. The early results were promising. If that change clicks, he goes from a guy who finishes 15th every week to a guy who wins multiple times. Drive for show, putt for dough is a lie. In fantasy golf, ball striking predicts the floor. Putting only determines the ceiling. Chase the ball strikers, not the hot putters. Corey Connors. Corey Connors is another guy in this category. He's been one of the best iron players in the world for 3 straight years, consistently gaining 1.0 plus strokes with approaches. But the putter has been a disaster. Here's the thing about Connors, he's Canadian. He grew up playing in wind, rain, and tough conditions. When the weather gets nasty at a major, he thrives. But he's been leaving shots on the green in perfect conditions. The putting will regress to the mean eventually. When it does, Connors becomes a major threat. He's already proven he can contend at the highest level. He just needs the flat stick to cooperate for 4 days. The Korn Ferry Velocity King, Johnny Kiefer. The modern game is 100% about distance and attack angles. Don't look at Korn Ferry Tour scoring averages. Look strictly at ball speed and carry distance stats of the incoming 2026 rookie class. Johnny Kiefer finished number 1 on the Korn Ferry points list, but that's not why I love him. I love him because he averages 320 plus yards off the tee with a positive attack angle. That's Ludvig Åberg territory. Fantasy scoring rewards birdies and eagles more than it punishes bogeys. Bombers score more fantasy points even if they finish T15. Kiefer has the physical tools to overwhelm golf courses immediately. Experience is overrated. The learning curve for rookies doesn't exist anymore. University data and TrackMan technology mean 22-year-olds are ready to win immediately. Look at how quickly Oberg ascended. Kiefer has similar physical metrics. Neil Shipley. Neil Shipley is another guy in this category. The amateur who made the cut at the Masters as a 23-year-old and made himself a regular on the PGA Tour through sponsor exemptions in 2025. Now he's turned pro with a chip on his shoulder and something to prove. Shipley hits it 315-plus yards and has that fearless amateur mentality. He's not intimidated by big moments. He's already played Augusta National under pressure. Most rookies take months to adjust to tour life. Shipley's already been there. The Euro to PGA transfer. Robert McIntyre. DP World Tour players are consistently underpriced by American odds makers and fantasy algorithms because of strength of field bias. Robert McIntyre is the perfect example. McIntyre has already proven he can win in North America and contend in elite fields, winning the Canadian Open and the Genesis Scottish Open in 2024. Last year, he made some big Sunday moves, proving he should no longer be priced like a European afterthought. The gap between the top of the DP World Tour and the middle of the PGA Tour is zero. Stop fading Europeans just because you haven't seen them on TV every Sunday. McIntyre's short game is elite. His putting numbers on Bermuda grass are outstanding. When the tour heads to Florida or the Southeast, he's going to be a steal at his current pricing. Mathieu Pavon. Mathieu Pavon came over from Europe in 2024 and immediately contended. Multiple top 10 finishes. A win at the Farmers Insurance Open, but American fans still don't know who he is. That's your edge. Pavon's strokes gained. Total relative to the DP World Tour was elite for 3 straight years. His game translates perfectly to American courses. He just needs more opportunities. When Europeans succeed on the PGA Tour, they succeed quickly. They're not learning how to play golf. They're just adjusting to different grass types and travel schedules. The course history specialist. Si Woo Kim. Certain players only pop on specific grass types. Si Woo Kim is the perfect example. On Bermuda grass, he's a different player. His putting numbers spike. His confidence soars. Kim has 4 PGA Tour wins and 3 came on Bermuda. That's not a coincidence. When the tour heads to TPC Sawgrass, Bay Hill, or anywhere in the Southeast, Kim becomes a must-play. Talent is not static. A player can be the 100th best player in the world on Monday and the 10th best player in the world on Thursday just because the grass changed. Context is everything. Kevin Kisner. Kevin Kisner is another guy in this category. He's semi-retired, playing a limited schedule, but when he shows up at certain venues, he's still dangerous. Kisner at TPC Sawgrass is a different animal. He has had a good run of top finishes at the Players' Championship in recent years. He knows every blade of grass on that course. When he's entered, he's a steal at minimum pricing. The swing change veteran, Justin Thomas. Look for veterans who have publicly stated they're working with a new coach or using new equipment. Justin Thomas fits this perfectly. He's been working with his dad again, going back to basics. Thomas gained 8 yards off the tee in late 2025. That might not sound like much, but for a guy who was already long, it's significant. More distance means shorter irons into greens. Shorter irons mean more birdies. These players have win equity. They know how to close if they find their form. Thomas has 15 PGA Tour wins and a major championship. When the swing clicks, he doesn't just contend, he wins. Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth is another guy showing signs of a mechanics overhaul. He's been working with Cameron McCormick on a complete swing rebuild. The early results were inconsistent, but that's expected. Spieth's short game never left. His putting is still elite. If he can find consistency with the full swing, he becomes a major threat again. He's won 3 majors and knows how to handle pressure. Old dogs hunt best. While we love rookies, in high-pressure Sunday situations, a veteran with a fixed swing is a safer bet for a top 10 finish than a rookie with a shaky lead. So for 2026, we're looking for 6 archetypes. The post-hype sophomore, the bad putting ball striker, the Korn Ferry Tour bomber, the Euro transfer, the course horse, and the rebuilt veteran. I want to hear from you. Who is one player outside the top 50 in the world right now that you guarantee wins an event in 2026? Drop the name in the comments. I'll reply to the best ones. Don't draft with your heart. Draft with the data. See you on the leaderboards.